Hello. So, my son's making a video, or he's watching videos in the back. I'm very sleepy. This is a little bit past our bedtime. It's about 10 o'clock where we're at. And, um, and I'm getting dizzy too as I'm turning on the camera. It's happening a lot lately. Holy Spirit. So, I wanted to share a word that's been developing. I made a post today and said that it's just been blessing me as it's been developing. It's given all the warm, fuzzy feelings as he's like giving it to me. And so, if he's giving you other words and you know that you're stepping into your promised land, then it might kind of look like this for you. So, first thing he keeps giving me is deliverance versus strongholds. And so, there's a difference between coming out of Egypt and having like that breakthrough, and then, you know, wilderness. I'm not even sure where that fits in. Let's just leave that aside for now. And then there's a difference between leaving Egypt. I'm not covering the mic. Let's just like this. And stepping into the promised land and taking territory. So the other, I'm gonna give a couple things, and then we'll get over to like more of what this means. So another thing that he has been giving me this morning is, which he given to me in a very funny way that I will not share. It had to do with the porta potty, and I don't want to talk about it. It wasn't personally my experience, but it was just, I was like, what are you trying to say? And he was like, hope's gotta go. Like, this might sound counter, but let's just try to hear me out and try to feel this. Like, when you've been waiting, you've been hoping, and there's been things wrong, and you're hoping that they'll change. There's a certain set of like emotions and placement that you're kind of in that time. And then, so what he was telling me to replace hope with was joy, and like walking in what is happening right now. That's good. And so to be in those feelings of like, we're already here, and there's already things that are developing and manifesting that aren't fully developed, but they don't need to be. Like, it's already a part of the lifestyle, it's already a part of what we're doing. And so I can just feel joy and like, okay, like there's newness, there's fruitfulness, it's happening. One more thing is he's talking about fruitfulness and multiplication. So he's been bringing me grapes lately, and then also triple numbers and double numbers and quadruple numbers. And I'll kind of have a meaning for a set of numbers, and then he'll give me another one, and I'm like, why do you keep just giving me these random triple numbers? And this morning he's like, it's just multiplication. That's all I really want you to have a sense of right now. He's like, particularly in this time, what we plant and what we put effort into, he will multiply and give success. So that's nice. And so now I'll get into like, now that I've given you a bunch of random little pieces, talk about more of what this looks like. So I've been feeling it lately, like I feel like I need to speak up actually, like using my bedtime voice. um I've been feeling this lately as um I have this kind of mode I've been walking in, like I'm in the wilderness, I'm hoping for all these things that aren't here yet, like I'm under intense warfare, like it's very bad. And I just had a little revelation about a dream I had. It was actually a dream I had whenever I was a little girl, but it's been, you just get little notions every once in a while. But it has to do with giants, and um, yeah, the revelation I'm having is I've been fighting giants kind of by myself, and so there's that time, and there was really bad warfare this year. It was last year, whatever. That's the other thing we've been talking about this spring, and I'll bring that in a minute. But the shift in thinking is like, okay, we've been hoping, we've been waiting, and what's the other? Like standing. We've been like trusting in God that these things will come to pass. If He's spoken, if He's promised things, then they will come, like, period. And some of these things have started to come to pass. And so what He's saying is to walk in joy. Like, the new life is already here. Just walk in joy. And so this other thing that he's been bringing up is spring. And I'm like having a whole conversation with myself and just like letting him give me revelation about holidays and the calendar and all these things, because people are bringing them up a ton, but like nothing's like sticking really. So this is the first one that really actually makes sense to me. I've heard a couple of videos about resolutions. And it's interesting that our current calendar has a set resolutions. I think that's the word. In the middle of winter, when it sucks, and we're actually supposed to be in rest and like hibernation, like, and also all these holidays fall whenever we probably should be inside and not partaking. Anyways, that's a different thing. But the new year, I really am feeling like God would have made the new year if He. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It makes more sense to me that the new year would actually start in the spring, when life is starting anew, when it's all new, there's new life, there's new growth, and we can all be outside and feel energized, and it's like time to start things. And so this is kind of what I'm feeling like right now. And Jackie sent me a word the other day that was like, this isn't a breakthrough month, it's a warfare month. And um, for that, I'd go back to the whole deliverance versus strongholds thing. But it not being a breakthrough month means like this isn't the month that it's gonna just like spring forth and it's just gonna be like crazy. This is what I'm feeling for who this is for. It's gonna be like just this crazy explosion. Like right now is like we're stepping into the promised land, and what we plant here and what we tear down that's old, we will be given success. And so this might not look like, oh, this big new life is here until the spring. But I feel like he's just encouraging me right now to step in and enjoy the changes that are happening right now. The things that have already been building, and the new habits that I've been forming, and not as much the promises as like the blueprint and the outline. Like, have joy and like, okay, I've kind of handed you a new life. I've kind of given you new instructions and like said, this is the direction we're going in. Like, have joy in that and be fulfilled in that, instead of hoping and despairing in these things that have not come to pass yet or aren't clear. Something that comes to mind is like a kingdom spouse. Say you haven't met that person yet, you don't know who that is, but God has been speaking to you about that, and you feel like you're stepping into your promised land. Like, what if this were just the time to make room? And that doesn't have to look like actually changing anything, except for maybe your mental space. That, like, oh, that would be nice if a person were to come along and this is what I would like to do with them. I'd like to go on hikes. Um, it's just a time to like start living in joy and hopefulness, but not in this waiting thing. We're done with the waiting. We're done with the standing. We're done with the warfaring. Not that that's not still part of our life, but for who this word is for, we're stepping into the promised land, and there's going to be kind of a mental and spiritual aspect to this first. But I'm getting a strong sense that for who this is for, it's already here in a lot of ways. Like you're kind of already walking in it. Now it's just a matter of being joyful and like switching gears and rewiring to God is faithful, and he has completed my promises, and my promises are here, and I'm walking in them. So let me see if there's anything else. Grapes. It's been a big one. Um, Green and yellow keep coming up as colors for right now, just signifiers. And I use these little symbols and like as like reminders that he's with me whenever they come up, especially when they come up at interesting times and have like more attached to them. Also, for opportunities for more revelation. When they come up, be like, oh, what are you saying to me, Lord, about the color yellow? What does that mean? And then inevitably, that's done, I guess. It will. I'll find a video or something will pop up where it's like, oh, I saw a yellow summary. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? What does that happen? What is that? So I just feel like so much is being developed and strengthened in a different way, like just with ease instead of like trudging. So this video is going to cut off soon. I hope you're all blessed. I pray that you're protected and that the Lord's just talking to you loud and clear, and that you're tearing down the lies of the enemy. The best way to step into the new is to stop listening to the old. Lately, I have been hearing these little tiny, bits about not getting into the distractions, like really focusing on what God has said, and then anything else that comes along, like kind of being quick to turn your head from it. And so that includes the enemy. Like, if you relate to the video that I made the other night, then you've been delivered. The enemy's gone. He does not have um I couldn't think of this the other night either. This word is dominion. He doesn't have dominion in you. He doesn't have dominion in you anymore. It's a lot of ends. Now it's all things that have been wired in your head. So your brain, your nervous system, and your thinking, your habits. And now you just have to start ignoring those things and trust the Holy Spirit is going to get rid of those. Um, Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So that's kind of the mantra right now. Like if something starts to come up and it's like, oh, I wonder what that is, doesn't feel good, just say, no, I'm just going to ignore that because I can tell it's not from God, so I don't need to know what it is. Stop having curiosity about what he's trying to say. He might have some really interesting information, but it's not good information. It's not information that's going to help you. So I'm going to go now before this cuts off. I love you all. Praying for you. Goodbye.